I'd like to invite Dr. Arnold Levine to the stage. He will introduce our Alumni Achievement Award recipient. The Alumni Achievement Award honors a highly distinguished alumnus or alumna who, over the course of a decade or more, has exemplified outstanding, significant professional achievement.
I have to say, I'm really pleased that I got to apply to Harper College over 60 years ago. Having seen all the talent that is in this room, I wouldn't be able to compete. It's a wonderful thing. In 1957, David Wexler arrived in Endicott, New York, as part of the Harper College class of 1961. The class of '61 was unusual. For the first time, there were many students from New York. There were as many students from New York City as there were from upstate New York. And that made us a very diverse group indeed. The class of '61 was the last class to take all its courses in the Quonset huts and the buildings of Endicott. But it was the first class to use the gymnasium and the new dormitories in Vestal. There were 4 years of building for us in the class of '61, with mud, snow, and buses shuttling students back and forth. In Constance Backhouse's biography of David Wexler, David is quoted as saying, "Harper College was full of very smart kids. Lots of good teachers." He noted that he liked it from the beginning, with philosophy, logic, political sciences, criminology, anthropology, and microeconomics. All of real interest, but it was sociology that was really special for him and would come to play a central role in his life. David went on to NYU Law School. He served as the note editor of the Law Review. After a period with the Criminal Division of the United States Department of Justice in Washington, something we have all gotten to know over the last couple of years, he joined the academic ranks at the University of Arizona for a 30-year period, and now he's at the University of Puerto Rico School of Law. Yes. In a 1987 lecture sponsored by the National Institutes of Mental Health, David introduced the term therapeutic jurisprudence for the first time. It was the beginning of bringing research studies from the social sciences, particularly psychology and sociology, into mental health law. And these ideas put forward by David began to change the way laws were written. And they changed the way judges sentenced individuals to maximize their health and success and not be punitive. The concept of therapeutic jurisprudence rapidly spread from mental health law into criminal law, disabilities law, evidence law, family law, and juvenile law, constitutional law. David and his colleague, Bruce Winick, wrote both articles and a number of books on therapeutic jurisprudence, which are used in the United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Israel, and more recently, Pakistan, India, and Japan. Therapeutic jurisprudence has been used by the courts from a wide variety of jurisdictions and has changed the way judges and lawyers interact. For introducing the scholarship of psychology and sociology into the law, David has received many awards and recognitions. He was awarded the Distinguished Service Award of the National Center for State Courts, the Manfred S. Guttmacher Forensic Psychiatry Award from the American Psychiatric Association, and a Distinguished Alumnus Award from NYU School of Law. At present, he serves as the honorary president of the International Society of Therapeutic Jurisprudence. For his lifetime accomplishments of bringing together the scholarship from the social sciences and the law, I'm pleased to introduce the 2019 Alumnus Achievement Award winner, David Wexler.
Thanks very much, and thanks very much, Arnie, who's been a friend of mine since high school and who was my roommate at Harper College for several years. And it's really a pleasure to be here and a great honor to be here. It wouldn't have been predicted when I was a beginning student at Harper that this university would eventually give me an award basically for my writing, especially since I barely squeaked out 2 C's in freshman composition. But it happened. Of course, college is about more than just academics, and I was mainly attracted to Harper when they came to recruit at my high school and mentioned that they were planning to have 6 bowling alleys. I thought this sounded pretty good. And as Arnie said, however, it took a while for that campus to get built, and we were in Quonset huts in Endicott at the time. When those 6 bowling alleys did arrive, we were graduating seniors, so we missed out on that. But college is also a place where you learn to deal with the world and to have maturity and learn lessons about daily life. I had got my first checkbook when I went away to school at Harper College, and I still remember making out my very first check, number 001, from the bank, made out to a fellow freshman classmate, whose name I will not mention here, in the amount of $10. And in the little memo that my parents told me I had to fill out to show what my expenses were, I put down AC-Doocy, which happened to be a popular poker game in that era. And back to academics, Arnie and I knew, though, that this was going to be a tough program and that we had to do our work. We had to show up for class. We had to get to class on time. And so we started thinking of methods for doing this. And I wonder if any of them have survived to this day, over 50 years. For example, we realized that it was hard getting to class on time for really early morning classes. And we said, though, we could shower and shave and do all that stuff the night before, so we don't have to do it in the morning. And it seemed to be a good idea. And then we decided, we could go the whole mile and get fully dressed before we go to sleep. And we did that as well, sometimes going with shoes and socks. And we got to class on time, and we started doing better and better and better in school. But if we want to think about any of the serious stuff, Harper really did encourage people to find themselves and go their way. Arnie mentioned my work in therapeutic jurisprudence and that it really combines law with a lot of the social sciences, and he mentioned that my chief interests in college were in philosophy, logic, political science, where we studied Supreme Court opinions, criminology, anthropology, and especially sociology. those were my favorite subjects, and the ones that were mentioned by Constance Backhouse when she did an academic biography of me. You'll note that freshman comp wasn't listed in that series. But this did really lead to the base of what ultimately became therapeutic jurisprudence and was recognized in that biographical essay when Constance and I discussed the origins and how my academic life carried me from one place to the other. So I'm really pleased to be here, to have had that Harper experience, and to have been Arnie's classmate and prepare for morning classes the night before. And thank you all very much.